there's only one thing that everybody in that arena last night agreed upon. One thing only, and that was the national anthem. This guy, Ron Brooks, now back me up here, Shaun, give me the details. Double amputee.
Yep.
He is in a wheelchair, and I guess he's sung the national anthem multiple times over the years at Wells Fargo. But his rendition of this, you probably didn't see it if you didn't go to the game. I don't know if they had it on television, but it was so, like, moving and powerful and, like, different than most people sing the national anthem. Like, the influence on words or phrases in the song were where it was meant to be, not where we think it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like most people harmonize it, and so they just want to, like, the words that make your voice sound melodic. They sing on and they drag out. He rushed through those things and got to, like, the home of the brave, and I mean, it was unbelievable. It was awesome. That was everybody in the arena. I don't care what color you were wearing, even though the colors were similar, which is why it was hard to determine who was Knick fan and who was Sixer fan. They agreed upon that, except for one jackass, one guy. We'll call him FOMO Cheeks, because that's what he looked like.
FOMO Cheeks?
Faux, like fake.
I get you.
Mo Cheeks.
Was he wearing a Mo Cheeks jersey?
Was he?
Yes, a red Mo Cheeks jersey.
That's great. I like that description.
And he didn't have an undershirt on. And he probably had steroids for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of his life for the last, 18 years. Jacked up, like, fat head, crazy ass look in his eyes. So the national anthem is being sung by Ron Brooks. It's amazing. This dude starts MFing me, just cussing at me during the anthem.
Wow.
About how bad, I don't know what he was saying. I was just kind of like, all right, dude, it's all good, man. Good luck, 76ers, man. It's all good. It is what it is. It's all good. So I just completely ignore him, right? And then that's that.
Now, he's in a suite as well?
He's in the suite directly next to us.
And he's mother effing you.
During the national anthem.
Jeez.
During the national anthem.
Nah, it's classic.
Which is the only thing that everybody in the arena cared about and cheered was Ron Brooks singing the national anthem. Thank you for your service, Ron Brooks. You were a great American, and you're a fantastic rendition of the national anthem.
Amen. It was
Moved
great.
us all last night.
Yes.
There is a jackass, FOMO Cheeks, in the suite next to us who MF'd me the entire time. I ignore him. Game goes on. We're watching it. It is what it is. And now Shaun can take over.
All right, so right before the half.
This is great so far.
Right before the half, the Sixers wheel out the most ginormous T-shirt cannons you can imagine.
Oh, my God.
Okay? And at this time, a T-shirt explodes at me at 100 miles an hour and directly drills my beer, and it spills all over me. All over me.
Right.
So now halftime hits immediately. Everybody's left the suite. I go out to the suite concourse, and I've tweeted this video. I go to make a video about, hey, look, a T-shirt hit me, I finish the T-shirt. I have 5 minutes till the half starts. I go, let me FaceTime my wife and check in. She's had to deal with the kids all night. Suite level concourse. Not with the barbarians where you guys were. These guys, I notice, are hanging around where I am, and I wasn't really paying attention to the suite, and I could tell they're kind of taking a peek in. Where's Tiki? Okay?
Oh, jeez.
So as I'm on the phone with my wife, the guy turns to me, and he realizes he's not going to get a piece of Tiki, but here I am in the Rondé jersey. And he knows I was sitting next to Tiki. You know something? Tiki, you pieces of bleep. You're this, you're that. And I go, all right, man, can we just go watch the game now? He takes another step closer to me, goes, he's got a big mother bleeping mouth, that Tiki Barber. He goes, and his brother's a punk-ass bitch, too. And he's now with his other guy with him is a steroided out, too. And my wife is literally, I can hear her on the phone going, what's going on? What is going on? So now I'm a little.
She actually FaceTime, like
she has screen grabs. Yeah,
the FaceTime because he was FaceTiming.
Yeah.
So she screen grabbed the picture of these two dudes
in my face. In my face, you see them in my face in the FaceTime. So now I'm like, dudes, let's relax. And he goes, no. And he goes, you know what? I didn't like what he said about Saquon Barkley.
That's what this was about?
Yes. The dead to me stuff. And he goes, I'm ready to tell him about it. And he goes, and you know something? We're about to see Saquon's twice the back Tiki is. So now, although it's being overly aggressive, I'm like, are we having a sports debate here? So I'm right at the entrance of our suite, but I'm annoyed.
Right.
So,
by the way, shout out to Mark Simone, whose suite it was.
Yeah.
he graciously welcomed Shaun and I into the suite. One of my employees at Thusio, the company I started, was also there, Andy Puzik. Now, Andy comes out because he hears this chaos going on.
So this is where Andy comes in. So now I make the snide remark, well, you're going to enjoy the all 11 games Saquon gets to play for you.
Well, can I just ask a question as this continues? Did you think that was the right time for that?
I was pissed. But
I understand being
I didn't
pissed.
mother bleep him back.
I got you.
He's taking a shot at Tiki, telling me I've seen Tiki and Saquon both play. Screw you, pal.
Obviously, yes.
So I just say this thinking, now I'm going to sidestep back into the suite, no problem. To which he takes another step forward. He goes, now you got a big mother effing mouth, too. So his friend Andy
comes out.
Andy steps up and goes, gentlemen, let's calm down. We're all trying to watch the game here. And the guy pushes back, goes, no, I got a piece with Tiki and fake Rondé here. So now I'm sitting, my wife is still on FaceTime, and you hear her screaming in the background. The guy cocks back and goes to deliver a sucker punch in my face.
Really?
To which his friend Andy, like Kelly Oubre taking a charge, steps up, slides his feet, sets, and takes the punch in the face for me.
Are you kidding me?
His lip is
None
bleeding.
of this is a lie. This is exactly how it happened.
The guy got punched in the face?
The guy stepped in front and took the shot in the face for me. I was about to get punched in the face with my Rondé Barber jersey on, defending Tiki's honor.
Yes.
He's bleeding, to which now he spouts off back, that's the softest bleeping punch I've ever taken in the face. And his other friend Mark steps up and goes, all right, enough. And these two guys throw his chicken fingers and crab fries in the air. They are all over the floor of our suite. And now there is four of us holding these guys back as they keep going, we want a piece of Tiki, too. They were trying to barge in our suite to try to fight Tiki.
Right. And
So we held strong. We got him out. Security comes rushing in. They drag him back into his suite next to us. They have our suite all settled. And basically, they start getting their side of the story. So now...
Here comes the remember I said the literal spit and figurative spit? They, FOMO Cheeks and a steroided friend, told security that we spit, or someone in our suite spit in their faces.
Likely me or Andy.
Yes, spit in their faces, which is nonsense.
Of course.
Shaun was on his phone. Andy came out to hear what the commotion was to protect Shaun, who's now his buddy, because they're all Ranger fans.
Yeah.
At the same time, Mark and Poos are Ranger fans. And so they got booted. They got kicked out.
So, of course.
They got police up to take him out.
Right.
Wow.
And Poos, because he's just a good dude, didn't press charges. I mean, he could have got him charged for assault.
Got punched in the face.
His lip is bleeding, he's spitting out the blood.
And he's still drinking a beer, still drinking the Blue Moons. And so the best part of the story is the security now comes into our suite.
Right.
So they sitting there talking to me and Shaun and Mark, whose suite it was, about what had happened.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, they said you spit in their face. I'm like, what? Nobody spit. We didn't even engage with them. I don't deal with nonsense. You're going to be a bully, then I'm going to ignore you. So they're talking about what was going on. Like, well, we got to get your story. The guy goes, Philadelphia 76ers security guy goes, well, I trust Tiki.
Says it out loud. He goes, I'm going to trust Tiki Barber here.
I trust Tiki. I trust what Tiki says.
Yeah.
And so we all get it sorted out. He leaves. I don't know what they do. They finally kicked him fully out of the arena. 20 minutes later, the dude comes back. He goes, hey, Tiki, man, I just want to tell you, I was born in Queens. Or Brooklyn. No, I was born in Brooklyn. I'm a humongous Giants fan.
Wow.
I know. I work down here now, but, I mean, I love you, man. You're awesome.
Thank God you had a New York security guard.
It wasn't. It was just happy. It was random. It was just a random security guy.
That is crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah, so by the end of the night, his friend Andy ends up hugging me. The Knicks win. He goes, I'll always remember I had you back tonight. And he still got the cut on the lip. And he goes, that was still a soft punch. We bonded. He's going to be my friend for life.
I mean, of course. Look what he did for you.
Poos is the best.
And then my wife starts sending me the screen grabs of these two guys. And then we ended the night with this text from my wife. Shaun, why can't you just shut your mouth? You always tell me to, but you're actually way worse than me.
I mean, to me, it's not even you opening your mouth. And I am not saying that you're wrong. I'm not blaming the victim here. But you wore a Rondé Barber jersey.
It wasn't even that. You
don't think that added to it just a little bit?
The dude was triggered when he saw me.
Yep.
And it's all because of Saquon?
It was the national anthem, dude. I told the national anthem of Ron Book's story on purpose because it was one of the most moving renditions that I've ever heard.
It was great. Yeah.
It was phenomenal. And this dude is MFing me during it.
That is crazy.
So he was triggered, and he couldn't get it off. He couldn't get off of it.
You triggered this guy, and apparently, based on what he said to you, Shaun, outside, his trigger is Saquon Barkley's dead to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's got a big
not
bleeping
because
mouth.
I destroyed the Philadelphia Eagles in
Right.
8 times,
Right.
or they destroyed me, or that it was 18 years ago. None of that mattered. Football had nothing to do with it.
Wow.
The fact that Rondé Barber intercepted Donovan McNabb and turned it 92 yards for a touchdown in the NFC Championship game, the last one scored in the vet, none of that mattered. That's not what mattered.
No.
What mattered is that he had Saquon Barkley's back.
Wow.
And I had Tiki Barber's back.
Damn right you did.
And Andy had my back.
Yes, everybody had each other's back.
Right.
That is some freaking
And apparently
story.
he was a prospect for the client and the prospective client for the guy in the other suite.
Who was?
The dude. We asked it because Mark asked, hey, do you know that guy?
So the guy, FOMO Cheeks, was what?
He was in another suite.
Yeah.
And so Mark asked the guy who had our suite, asked the suite owner next door,
Yeah.
do you know that guy?
Right.
And he said, he's a prospective client.
Oh, my God.
I don't think they'll be doing business.
It's probably not good business.
Wow.
So when Shaun left, I just figured he was getting up to go to the bathroom. This is halftime. Everybody gets up and does stuff at halftime. I'm texting with my wife, who's down in Florida with my 2 kids, and they're still at the pool. It's like 10:30 at night or whatever it was, 10:40 at night. And she was annoyed. Because she's at the pool at 10:30 at night with 3 kids. And so...
I understand.
Exactly.
I
She's
get
like,
that.
what are you doing? You're having fun up there. You got to drive home. You drinking. Did you let the dog out? She's going to pee all over the floor. You've been gone for 8 hours. Like, I'm putting out fires, putting out small fires.
Yeah.
Go kiss ass. That's all I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, I hear Andy come back into the suite, and he is screaming at FOMO Cheeks.
Right.
Because now FOMO Cheeks is back in his suite, and Andy and Shaun are back in our suite. And I'm like, what the hell what happened? This happened in like 3 minutes. So it was quick. I didn't even realize it was going on because the door was shut. So when I found out, it already happened.
Yeah, it was a big suite, to be fair.
Well-
and Tiki was admiring the terrible entertainment at Wells Fargo.
But not only that, even if you know what's going on, here's why it's great that you stayed in the suite.
Mm-hmm.
You really anger this man.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, and it's dopey. We can all agree it's dopey. But you provoke him just by being you,
Mm-hmm.
just by looking, just by existing. If you walk out of that suite, who knows what that guy does? That guy may jump at everybody.
Right.
That guy may pull a freaking firearm for all we know. I have no idea.
I doubt it.
I'm going to hope the metal detectors
Right.
work.
They
at
would have
Wells
caught
Fargo.
him. Exactly.
That's true. That's right. We could go through a metal detector.
If I was there, we might have fought. Like, it might have been a fight.
Can you imagine that?
No, because who knows what would have happened.
Well, and here's my follow-up. Because
TMZ would have happened.
Yeah.
yes, it would have been broken here. It would have been broken there.
he'd have a broken kneecap because that's the first thing I would have done.
You're damn right. That's my guy.
I'm not punching you in your face. I'm going to break your kneecap.
Oh, I love this.
Save that as a drop.
The Lions have just signed Tiki Barber.